over and over, you can find videos, photographs that will prove that hate is not inbred. It's taught. Dogs and cats will get along as long as there's sufficient food. That's the only thing that stops such animals from not getting along out in the wild. It's competition for food. So when everybody's well fed, dogs and cats will get along, cats and birds will get along. Seen cats liking fish, not just for supper, and I've seen dogs rescuing fish that managed to end up out of the bowl. So clearly, hate is a taught thing. So, according to the country that when Jews tried to come to Canada during the Holocaust, left them sitting in a boat out in the ocean by Newfoundland saying they would not allow one Jew into Canada, onto Canadian soil, has now done this bullshit. It is going to be considered anti-Palestinian racism to point out that Israel is a Jewish state. Because that's not racist at all, is it? No. I assume that these teachers will not point out to those children that the state that doesn't actually exist, but we're all pretending it does, and that they've done all the things they're supposed to do to be their own country. It's an actual apartheid. Any Jew that goes into Gaza basically is suicidal. And the number of black people who have slowly over the last 680 days discovered that no, Arabs are not your allies. In fact, they consider you to be way beneath them. That's why in Gaza, black people are in what they refer to as the slave quarters. So it's bigoted to point out a fact that Israel is 70% Jewish. But it's not bigoted to point out that Gaza is over 90% Muslim. The few Christians are constantly being harassed, and we've already established there are no Jews there, at least not willingly. Let's not discuss the human rights violations against women, the murdering of the LGBTQ, because since you can't get married if you're LGBTQ in Israel, we're going to go and support the terrorists that would kill you instead. And in keeping with that, finally, they said that they weren't going to show the film that talks and displays what happened on October 7th at the Toronto International Film Festival because they didn't want to violate Hamas's copyright. Hamas, who wore GoPros and put all of the videos online for everyone to see because they're so bloody proud of the destruction and mayhem that they've caused, that they've done this much emotional damage to Jews. They are thrilled. And yet there are all you people out there telling yourselves that you are somehow on the moral high ground by supporting people that openly state they want genocide. Instead, what you do is you listen to those terrorists. You know what you always heard about the people that were in North America first? Savages, brutes, colonizers. How could they be colonizing their own land? You will always hear that bullshit from the people committing the crimes. This is why over in the United States they keep saying about Republicans every accusation is a confession. Well, it's the same thing with bigots, folks. Everything you accuse Israel of doing, your terrorists are doing. And yet you'll support them because you've been told to hate Jews, and apparently thinking is just too inconvenient for you. However, I would like to put a side note on here. Mr. Carney, Mr. I will protect my Jewish citizens in Canada, Carney, anytime you want to actually fucking do that, Jews would be grateful.